Hi there, it's Karen again, back for day 22 of my extended water fast. And this will be my last recording because I have decided to change things up. I'm not going to do the extended fasting anymore. I'm going to switch things up and do some intermittent fasting. Although this is kind of extended intermittent fasting because I'll be fasting during the week and reintroducing food on the weekends. Anyways, the reason why I'm doing that is because I am still having a lot of stress in my life. And when stress happens, which it does, a lot of people find that fasting is more difficult when you're stressed out. And when you stress out, your cortisol levels will shoot up. When your cortisol levels shoot up, your blood sugar goes up. When blood sugar goes up, insulin follows. Now, insulin's job is to put fat storage as a priority. So if your insulin levels are high, it's not going to allow the release of that fat because it's trying to put it in storage. So it's impeding your use of fat as a fuel source. And because you're making enough glucose in your own body, you're always going to have enough glucose anyways. Your own body makes that to have it ready for that fight or flight situation. That's why we have glucose stored in our liver and in our muscles, so that when needed in a fight or flight situation, you're ready to go now. And when you're stressed out, you've got all that and a little bit too much because you're producing too much of it. So what happens is it reduces your weight loss. If you're doing it for weight loss anyways, you'll find that it's a little bit harder to lose the weight because insulin is doing its job. It's keeping that fat stored up and it's not releasing it as much. And for me, my number one thing is reducing the inflammation. So by reducing your insulin level, you will reduce inflammation as well. And so I'd like to sort of give myself a little bit of a break, and I'm going to refeed on the weekends and try just to shake things up a bit. Now, I know I spoke about refeeding last time or some time ago, saying that you have to be careful when you do a refeed. If you've been without food for, I'd say, a couple weeks or longer, you really have to be careful about how you reintroduce food. A lot of people will go back to fruit juices or fruits because they're easy to digest. The problem with that is that will knock you out of ketosis lickety-split. And for me, I want to stay in ketosis. So refeeding is important, that you choose foods that are going to not be high in carbohydrates. So I'm looking at things like avocados, nuts, seeds, and then eventually when I start reintroducing more solid foods like vegetables and proteins, vegetables will be cooked. For me, I use ghee, high fat, that's okay. Lots of vegetables, lots of fat. Protein is normal. And still keep the carbohydrate levels fairly low so that you can, really low if you want to stay in ketosis. That's my goal. If you're not worried about staying in ketosis, most people will restart their feeding by using fruit juices and fruits and then moving their way up to vegetables and then eventually proteins. So yeah, for me, that's what I'm gonna do. Shake it up a little bit and try something different. Anyways, sayonara. Thanks for following. Bye.